previously on Never Fall in Love with Him. I'm Juliette Larache, Benjamin Jarrett's secretary, handling matters related to his girlfriend. I'm eager to be his girlfriend because he's so generous to them, giving $150,000 when they break up. I believe I deserve this money as compensation for what I've put into my work. His girlfriends come in diverse styles, which gives me hope, and I'm convinced that with patience, I can achieve my goal. And this is where my story continues. As the saying went, opportunities were reserved for those who had planned. After 3 years, 4 months, and 3 days as Benjamin's secretary, my chance finally arrived. Miko called me at 1 a.m, asking me to take care of Benjamin, who was drunk. Benjamin never drank alcohol, at least not even once, in the past 3 years when I was his secretary. I was skeptical, but I still went over. After all, Miko was Benjamin's best friend and one of the most famous scions in the city. So there was no reason for him to lie to me. When I arrived, I saw Miko being pushed out of the car by someone's hand. The hand belonged to Benjamin. I was pretty sure because I saw the hand wearing the customized watch that I had just picked up from the shop yesterday. I pretended to overlook Miko's predicament and looked into the car with concern. An intoxicated Benjamin was a stranger to me. He slumped against the back seat, his face flushed, and his eyes unfocused. His hair was also as disheveled as a furry dog. I couldn't believe how cute he looked at that moment. I felt like hugging him and tousling his hair. He refused to get out of the car no matter what and won't let anyone touch him. He would get mad at anyone who tried to approach him, and now he's just so disoriented that he doesn't even recognize me. Miko fixed his hair and looked helpless, but he still maintained his chivalrous manner, as expected from the ultimate gentleman in town.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't within your job scope as his secretary, but look at him. I genuinely have no idea who to seek help from except you.
Miko flashed a grin at me, his eyes shining like brilliant stars. Before I could say anything to Miko, the wasted Benjamin piped up.
You're here.
His voice was not loud, but it sounded inexplicably tender in the dark of the night. As yet, how they managed to impress him was still a mystery to me. Yes, Benjamin, I was here. My $150,000 were coming soon, too. I had a spare key to Benjamin's house. It didn't take much effort for me to get Benjamin onto his bed. After he recognized me, he reached out and allowed me to pull him out of the car. Subsequently, he willingly let me help him into the elevator and back to his mansion before allowing me to take off his coat and watch. In the end, he obediently lay on the bed. After wiping his face clean with a towel soaked in warm water, I was surprised when he touched my face. At first, the look in his eyes was blank, but he soon broke into a giddy smile. That smile of his was one that I had never seen before. It was warm and tender, though I didn't want to describe it like that. It also seemed like affectionate. As I felt his warm fingers brush past my face, I was surprised to find out that climbing into Benjamin's bed was much easier than I thought. It was so easy that I could almost see $150,000 of banknotes come swarming at me from all directions. However, when Benjamin kissed me, I suddenly felt that something was off because it was way too easy. If this was truly what he wanted all along, he should have done it to me like 3 years, 4 months, and 2 days ago. Why did he only do it today when he was drunk, of all days? But before I could figure out what was going on, Benjamin's kiss had already sealed my lip. Soon, I fell into a daze. When I shut my eyes, I suddenly heard Benjamin say softly into my ear,
Close it. Close it.
I couldn't believe he was still ordering me to do something at the time like this, and wondered what he was asking me to close. I was sure that the door to the mansion had already been closed. I opened my eyes with dissatisfaction and saw Benjamin looking affectionately into my eyes. His eyes were moist and sparkling, as if he were a loyal dog who is looking at its beloved owner. It was as if I was the only person that mattered to him, as if I meant the world to him. Oh my goodness. As it turned out, Benjamin had already fallen head over heels for me without my knowledge. My heart was pounding furiously, and I felt sorry for letting him wait so long. I raised my head and tried reciprocating the kiss while hugging his neck with my arms. One who had experience in kissing would know how difficult and laborious it was to maintain this posture. However, Benjamin stubbornly turned his head away and didn't let me kiss him. He ignored my efforts and was still instructing me.
Close it. Close it.
Over Benjamin's head, I saw that the bedroom door was indeed not tightly shut, but yeah, was that really important? We couldn't just stop at this juncture, as it would ruin the mood. However, knowing Benjamin, who had always been scrupulous, closing the door during an intimate session might really be important to him. Therefore, I could only try my best to appease him. There, I'll close the door later. I tried to kiss him again. This time, he stopped avoiding me and instead closed his eyes with satisfaction before carefully planting a gentle and affectionate kiss on my lip. Then I heard him whisper next to my ear, his voice as light as a feather while he spoke.
Close the ear finally back.
It turned out that he wasn't asking me to close the door. He was mentioning another woman who was named Closing. With all the gentleness he could muster, anger and shame inundated me, and I subconsciously pushed him away, shoving him onto the bed. Unfazed, he still fixed his tender gaze on me. No, he wasn't looking at me. He was looking at the woman named Closing. Forgot it. I should have known that something was wrong. Damn, I'd give up on the $150,000. After leaving Benjamin on the bed, I left without even tucking him in. He didn't deserve it.